Welcome to the Warrior Strength 1 preview. This is going to take around 10 to 15 minutes. If you enjoy it, then come to one of my classes. This is the Warrior Strength 1 class where we build a nice foundation of strength through holding poses, moving through nice flexibility flows. We'll work upper body and also lower body. This is just a 10 to 15 minute taster, so it will be an hour long for the class. If you can manage this 10 to 15 minutes, then you can definitely do the 60-minute class. First of all, we're going to connect into where we are at the moment, so bring your feet shoulder width apart. Track up towards the hips, and you're going to imagine that your hips are a pail of water. Now, if we're trying to find a good postural position, we think of this pail of water. If you pour water out the front, you tilt the hips forwards, and water will come out the front. If you drop the hips backwards, then you're going to pour water out the back. What we're trying to do is we're trying to find a neutral point. So the neutral point of where there's no water pouring out the front or the back. And we're just going to pour a tiny little bit of water out the front. That's the right position that we should have for our hips when we're in a good postural position. We track up towards the shoulders. Now with the shoulders, you bring them up in line with the ears. Slight activation between the shoulder blades. Draw them back. We're not squeezing together like this. It's got to be still, be a slight activation. Alright, which might feel weird for you, especially if you're sitting at a desk for a lot of the time. Move up towards the head. If your chin's poking out to the front, draw the chin in. Imagine you've got a piece of rope from the top of your head and it's extending you all the way towards the sky. Close your eyes. Spread the fingers out. Externally rotate the hands so the thumbs are pointing outwards. And I want you to feel where the pressure point is on the floor. Have you got more weight to the right hand side, more weight to the left hand side? Just be aware of that, make a mental note. And what we're going to do is we're going to go round in a clockwise fashion with the pressure of our feet. So come forward towards the toes, keep the bum cheeks engaged, that's going to give you more stability. Keeping that neutral spine position with the hips and all the way up to the top of the head. Feel the weight on the toes, come back onto the heels. Feel the weight onto the heels. Come back to the center point. You might find that you naturally want more weight towards the front or the rear. So try and evenly spread. This time we're going to go round in a clockwise fashion. So we come and bring the weight forwards onto the toes, round the outside of the right foot, to the heel of the right foot, to the heel of the left foot, all the way around the outside of the left foot, round to the front under the toes, and then back to the center point. We'll go round again, but in the opposite direction, anti-clockwise. So to the front of the toes, round the outside of the left foot, to the rear of the left foot, the rear of the right foot, round the outside of the right foot, to the front, and then back to the center. Take a big inhale through the nose. Follow the breath in. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Follow that journey of the breath all the way to the bottom of the lungs. As you exhale, visualize that air being pushed out into the atmosphere. Slowly bring the hands, raise them to the sky. Palms together, back down to the heart center. Our hands will come up to the sky again. We inhale. As we exhale, fold forwards. Slight bend in the knees, alright? You should have a slight tension through the hamstrings, but you're trying to keep a nice stable back position for the spine as well. Bring the hands down towards the floor. From there, step your right foot back. Left foot comes back from there. Just going to hold here for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just letting the core wake up. And then we come back onto our toes. We're going to warm the wrists slightly. So I want you to imagine you've got a piece of Velcro round each hand. And you stuck your hands together. And I want you to always have the contact point between the two hands. So you're just rotating the hands round. Takes a little bit of coordination. If you can't do it, practice. You're going one way, so we're going towards us. And then we're going to go the opposite way, away from us. Keep moving those hands. Just warming up through the wrists. Plant the hands down. Bring the weight forwards. The weight backwards. Rotate it round in a clockwise fashion. Only going to your own limitation. Back in an anti-clockwise fashion, round and round. Okay, good. Coming over the fronts of the hands. Now from there, we are going to come down onto the forearms. We're going to scooch our stomach forwards. Now, a little bit like a cobra, but we're not pushing it all the way up first of all. We need to warm into it. Squeeze the bum cheeks, tuck underneath with the hips. Push up a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the head down towards the floor. Maybe you can go up a little bit further this time. Inhale. Keep the tension through the bum cheeks. Activation through the core. So we're not hinging through one vertebrae. Up a little bit further. And back down. Take the hands out onto the fingertips. Maybe you can get a little bit more range this time. Push up with the chest. Starting to wake up these arms as well, through the triceps, the back of the arms as we do this, and through the intrinsic muscles of the hand. Up towards the chest again. Good, lower back down. One more time. Up with the chest. Bring the hands underneath the armpits. Push yourself back onto your knees. We're going to go into the first downward dog of the day, so bring the knees off the floor. You might find if you've got a lot of tension through the back body that you won't bring your heels, be able to bring your heels down to the floor. Don't worry about that. Keep a slight micro bend in the arms. Rotate the arms outwards, okay, so you're trying to bring the crease of the elbow towards the front of the room. Slight bend in the knees. Keep a nice straight back position as well here. And then from there, we're going to roll forwards and we're just going to hold. Good. Now, from here, in this position, we're going to work the arms a little bit. You can either go onto your knees for this, all right, and lower down, or you can do it from a straight plank position and lowering down from that raised position from there. So we can lower down, trying to keep the elbows in as best we can, or we can go from the knees from there, whatever your ability level is. Now from there, we all end up in the same position. We come back, scooch forward with the chest, squeeze through the core, lift up into this upward dog. So push the chest forward, draw back with the shoulder blades, back up into plank position. We slowly lower down again. Do it from the knees if you can't do that. We push up with the chest into cobra, into upward dog, back into downward dog. Now from there, we're going to bring the right foot in towards the center line, bring your heel in towards the sky and plant your foot in between the hands. If you can't get it through into the in between the hands straight away, then just shuffle the foot forwards, bring the hands back, just so you get into this nice kneeling position. Having the knee directly underneath the hip, you can have the feet a little bit further apart. It's going to give you more stability as well there. Now, bring the hands up to the sky, and then from that position, as you exhale, I want you to come forwards, and you're dropping into that space to the right hand side of your left thigh. Hold there. You'll probably feel a nice stretch here. You're trying to tilt the hips forwards at the same time. Try and rotate the thumbs outwards so your palms are facing the floor. We hold there 3 breaths. We come up. Inhale and exhale. Come forwards again. Well done. Keep in that position. You're doing good. Excellent work. 3 breaths. We do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, come down with the chest. 3 breaths from there. And we plant the right hand to the floor. Create a nice stable base support with this right hand. Push through the knuckle of the first finger, the knuckle of the thumb. Rotate the hand up towards the sky. Left hand over the top of the right. Look up at those the top fingers, up towards the sky. We hold there. Bring the hand down, the left hand to the left outside the left foot. Heel up with the right hand. Looking up at those top fingers. Good. Back down. Frame that front foot. Now from here, come up into this high lunge position. Plant the palms together, interlink the fingers. Push your palms towards the sky. You might get a nice stretch through the shoulders. Activate through the shoulders in this position. And then you're going to try and straighten this back leg. If that feels a little bit dodgy, then drop the heel down. But if you can manage onto the toes, then try that. I'm just going to hold it here for 3 breaths. 1. Don't let your mind wander to the burn in the front thigh. Try and keep centered. Try and keep your mind with the breath. That's where we get this progression in self-development. After the 3rd breath, I want you to slowly lower the knee down towards the floor. Now, the side with your knees up, you plant the hand down on the floor for a nice stable base again. Hand comes over the top. Look at that top hand, feel that stretch down the side body. I feel it right down the side on this right hand side. Look up there. As we breathe in, we create space. As we exhale, we move into that space. After the third breath, we bring ourselves up. We interlink the fingers again, doing the same movement. Push the hands up towards the sky. Bring the shoulders up. Bring that back knee into this strong lunge position. Push out that front knee and also try and square off the hips to the front. We do 3 breaths. 1, 2. On the third exhale, we bring our hands to the side, frame the front foot, bring the left foot back, knees come down to the side, and we drop back into child's pose. If you find it hard and your knees hurt a little bit when you're in this fully flexed position for the knees, maybe put a cushion behind your knees. You can also modify this by having your knees together. I like having my knees apart because I can feel more through the hips this way. Good. Spend a few breaths there. We're just having a little bit of a rest in this position. Try and relax into this pose. Roll up. Straighten the legs, tuck the toes. Come back into downward dog. Now we've done one side, we're going to do the opposite side this time. So we bring our left foot into the center, right foot comes into the sky, plant it in between the hands. From there, do exactly the same. So we come up into this top position, hands come above the head, out to the sides, palms facing down, we drop into that space. You can probably see it a little bit better this time. Into that left hand side of the right knee. We hold there for 3 breaths. I think that's 3. Up. Back down as we exhale. Drop into the space. Maybe you can go a little bit further. You're trying to keep a nice straight back. Probably feel a bit of a stretch through this front thigh as well. 3 breaths. Back up. Last breath. Drop in there. Drop into that space that you've just created with that inhale. Good. Plant down the left hand towards the floor. Peel up that right hand towards the sky. Spend a little bit of time there. Imagine your thighs as scissors and you're trying to pull them towards each other. So the heel of the front foot, you're pulling towards the knee of the back leg. The knee of the back leg, you're trying to pull it up towards the heel of the front foot. Return the hand. Down to the right hand side. Peel up with the left hand. Great stuff. Keep going. Doing well. And slowly return the hand back down to the floor. Bring the hands out. We interlink the fingers again. Going for the opposite thigh this time. Push up towards the sky. Find a nice stable base. Push up with that back knee. Hold there. We do 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. With the exhale, we drop down. Right hand comes down to the outside of the right thigh. Look over at the top. Watch that hand come over. As you exhale, you're creating more space for yourself. Feel that stretch all the way up the side, this fascial sling. Look at the hand. Good. On the third breath, come up to that top position again. Interlink the hands. Push up towards the sky, we come back up. Keep holding there, well done. After the third breath, you can probably feel it through that front thigh. After the third breath, we push up to the front. If you can't push all the way up, just shuffle the leg all the way to that top position. Hands come together, back down to heart center. We come back up. Hands spread out to the sides. Meet the palms in front of the hips. We draw back up with an inhale. As we exhale, we fall forwards. Hands plant to the floor. toes come back. We're in a strong plank position. Drop the knees onto the fronts of the feet. Find a comfortable kneeling position for you. If this isn't comfortable, then go into child's pose again, like we did earlier. Place the hands on the thighs. Think about what's just happened. You put in loads of hard work, good effort. That's going to create more of that foundation of strength. We can keep moving forward with that. Every session, we keep progressing.